Hey guys, so for the past week or so, I've been testing out ProtonVPN, and in this video, I'm going to share with you what my experience has been like using it and a little bit about what this VPN has to offer. Now, if you're not familiar with Proton, the company, then you should probably know that they are the creators of Proton Mail. This is known as one of the best, most secure email services around. They have a really good reputation. So right off the bat, this is a company that is known to be very private, very secure, and has a really good reputation. All the VPN apps are open source on GitHub. They've all been audited externally to make sure that they really are secure and they don't have any vulnerabilities. The VPNs all have an audited no logs policy. They were audited 3 times, once in 2022, 2023, and then again in 2024. So that means that they are staying true to their word by keeping all of their user data protected. And if any government agency or if anybody would try to request user information, they just wouldn't have it. And in fact, they have a transparency report where they list the amount of times that they've been ordered or requested to give over user information and the amount of times that they denied those requests. And you can see that 100% of the time they have denied those orders because they just don't have the information. On top of that, they're also located in Switzerland. They're based in Switzerland, which is a really good place to be if you want to ensure that you're not going to have to give over any personal information, because Switzerland has really good privacy laws. So that's just some background about Proton. This is a company with a really good reputation and is known to be like a leader in the field when it comes to privacy and security. They have a lot of other products besides for Proton Mail, and one of those is their VPN over here. Now, just a quick overview of Proton VPN, right? You have 2 different plans. You have the free version, which only gives you 1 device that you can connect to, medium speeds, because they're going to reserve the servers with the fastest speeds for the paid version. You get 150 servers to connect to across 3 different countries. And of course, you're always going to get that no logs policy. So this might not sound like a lot, but it happens to be one of the best free VPNs out there. You don't have any limit on your data, which is something that a lot of free VPNs do. They don't allow you to use it. They keep track of how much you've downloaded, and at a certain point, they just cap you off and you can't use the VPN anymore. With Proton, you can use it for an unlimited amount of data. You do get 150 servers, which is quite a lot. And with their reputation, it just comes out that all things considered, this is one of the best free VPNs in my opinion. That said, their paid version is definitely much better. With the paid version, you're going to get high speeds. You're going to get 10 different devices that you can connect to with 1 plan. You're going to get almost 500 servers across 117 countries. So that's just a ton of possibilities, different places you can connect to, different options. You have an ad blocker, you have support for streaming, you have support for torrenting and secure core and Tor over VPN. And I'm going to get into these features as we go through the video. And this video is going to be from the point of view of somebody who has the paid version, because I want to walk you through all of the features and different things that this VPN can give you. So this is the main page right here. You have the map interface. You can click on a different country and just connect straight through that way. You also have the list down here with all your different countries, and you can search for them. So let's say we went over here, right? Let's say Argentina. So you can just connect to Argentina right there. You can also go to this arrow, and then you see all the different servers within Argentina. And right here, you see the load, right? How much the server is being used, and you can pick which one might be the fastest and which one would probably be the best one for you to connect to. So you want to get the one with the lowest load. Also, if it has this little play button right there, that means that it's optimized for streaming. If it also has an arrow, that means it's optimized for torrenting. And on those topics, I have tested out ProtonVPN with Netflix and with Amazon Prime Video, and I was able to access different content libraries from different countries. With Netflix, a lot of VPNs can do that. With Amazon Prime Video, they're actually really good at detecting VPNs. So the fact that I was able to do that with Prime gives a big up to ProtonVPN. Not many VPNs can get through undetected by Prime Video. So I was successfully able to access content libraries from different countries using ProtonVPN, and that was pretty impressive to me. In both cases, with both Netflix and Prime Video, the quality was high quality, fast speed, no buffering or logging, so it just worked really well. I also used it for torrenting. I tested it out, and again, I had really fast speeds, and it was successful successful at blocking my IP address, and it was successful at keeping my personal information anonymous from other people in the torrenting group. Now, some other features about this VPN that I liked a lot. It's actually pretty simple and pretty intuitive. It didn't take long to get the hang of it and what's going on over here. So you have Net Shield, which is a ad blocker. You can block ads, trackers, and it shows you how much data you have saved. You have a few different options. Don't block, only malware, ads, and trackers. So you have those options right there. You can also turn on Secure Core, and this feature is actually really cool. It's something that I've only seen with ProtonVPN, and basically what it will do is if your VPN server gets compromised, because when you connect up to a VPN server, so you're connecting up from your internet connection over to one of these servers, and then you're connecting to the internet, right? That's how you can make it seem as if you're in a different country. If I'm in the United States right now and I connect up to a server in Europe somewhere, then now my internet connection is going to be going through that server in Europe, and that's where it will seem to any website that I visit that I am. They're going to think that I'm in Europe, even though I physically might be in the United States. But the weak link there is that server in Europe. If something would happen to that server, if it could get compromised or if it can get hijacked or hacked or something like that, then that can mean that anybody with access to that server can now see my personal information. And this actually has happened. There was an incident with Winscribe VPN, if you've heard of them. 2 of their servers in Ukraine were compromised, and that led to a situation where people using those Ukrainian servers could be spied on by whoever had those servers. So what Proton has done in order to get around that risk is if you have Secure Core enabled, any of your personal information that you use, instead of going through the server that you connect to, let's say it's in Europe, just for our example, instead of having everything go through that server that you've connected to, your personal information will instead go through a different server, a very secure locked down server, in order to keep that information safe. So that's what Secure Core does, and it just adds another level of protection, keeping your data and your identity and everything that you do online totally anonymous. Now, of course, you also have a kill switch. So if you're torrenting, you want to make sure that the kill switch is on in order to prevent any IP leaks or any of your information leaking in case the VPN stops working for whatever reason. The kill switch will make sure that the internet connection is disconnected when the VPN stops working, if it ever stops working. So that makes sure that you're always using the internet when you're connected up to the VPN. Now, going into the settings over here. So in the connection settings, you can choose your protocol. You have Wireguard, which is the one that I would generally recommend. It's going to be the fastest. You also have Stealth, which is going to hide the fact that you're even using a VPN. And you also have OpenVPN. If you're in a place where Wireguard or Stealth don't work, then OpenVPN will be the one that should work no matter what. Of course, it's not going to be as fast as Wireguard, but something is better than nothing, you know? You also have a VPN accelerator feature, which is going to enhance your performance, try to connect you up to the fastest server and get you the fastest speeds. If you go into the advanced features, you have port forwarding, so that'll give you faster speeds when you're torrenting or gaming, leak protection, and you also have split tunneling, which allows you to choose exactly which apps or websites you want going through the VPN. So you don't need to have everything using the VPN. You can choose exactly which apps you want to exclude from the VPN or the ones that you want to include in the VPN. So you have 2 options over there. And that's the basics of the features that ProtonVPN offers. All in all, a very solid VPN. I found that its performance was on par with some of the other top VPNs out there, like ExpressVPN. This is personally my own favorite, but if you are looking for another really good option, then Proton is a really nice VPN to consider buying. If you want to try it out, then I did manage to get a hold of a discount that you'll find linked in the description below. And if you want a review of some of the other top VPNs out there like Express or NordVPN, these are also 2 amazing VPN options. You'll find full reviews for those in the description as well. Now that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you have any questions or a different topic you want me to cover, feel free to leave a comment. Have an amazing day, guys. Thank you so much for watching.